It's just another manic Monday. I wish it were a Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. No, it's not Manic Monday, it's just Wednesday. I'm outside, 'cause the kids are inside. Yeah, so I've tried to do this video. This has to be like my 14th or 15th time. My phone keeps shutting me down. So I grabbed my husband's phone. So you're probably wondering where I've been, which is completely legit. Seeing how I said I would upload a video on Monday with a weigh-in. That did not happen. So it's Wednesday, and you're probably wondering where I've been. Well, I'll tell you, it's been a rather rough weekend into the beginning of the week. Several things made it so. That time came for me, which is a little early. I wasn't expecting it this early. So that was in the mix, and then some other things weren't going very well, which I'm not going to discuss. So that was in the mix. And then on top of it, my two children got sick, the younger two. And so Oliver's fever broke this morning at 3:30 a.m. He had 104 temp for the past 2 days. But it seems to be coming back. So I don't know what's going on with him. But so it's been a really rough time, I guess you could say. So when my boat sprung a leak, I decided to sink with it. That's just to say that everything went out the window. I'm not crying. I'm coughing. Sorry. Everything went out the window, which is really disappointing. I'm disappointed. But I'm not a Stepford wife. I'm a human. So perfection is not going to be, I'm not going to be perfect. Obviously, I'm going to make mistakes, but I was on such a roll. It's just a bummer to have fumbled the way that I have. So yeah, I need to learn how to cope when circumstances are less than desirable, which clearly I don't have the coping skills, or I'm not putting into practice the things that I know that I should put into practice. So, yeah, so while the last few days have really sucked, I have written lists, a couple lists. One list was who I think I am. I was going off of that cliche, I'm not my number. You know, it's like the big thing, like, I am not my number. Well, congratulations. Who are you? Who are you? So I asked myself that question, and I thought about it, and I wrote down different attributes that I think make me me. A few of them are, well, I came up with a Native American name for myself. Doesn't everybody? Yes, if I had a Native American name, it would probably be called Many Waters, because let's face it, I cry all the time. I need to embrace it, stop denying it. It's something that I do. So, yes, I cry a lot. So if you're around me and you're crying, I don't need to know why you're crying. I'll just cry with you. I just am that way. I just cry a lot. I am a truth seeker. I think even apart from scriptures, I like to know what's true and what's not true. And now Brandon might be laughing at me right now if he's watching this. He might be thinking, oh my word, what is she talking about? She believes whatever she reads on the internet. And he's got a point, but I do, more times than not, I do look things up to see if there's validity to it or whatnot. I do research on my own. So yeah, I would say I'm a truth seeker. I would say I'm an adventurer. Not to be confused with fearless. I got tons of fears, but I think I'm an adventurer. I think I like to try new things. I don't mind going places on my own and putting myself out there. I put myself out there with this channel. It doesn't scare me. I think it's kind of cool. Like, I'm ready to do it. What else? I'm loud. Brandon's telling me all the time how loud I am. We'll be talking and he'll say, "Why are you shouting?" And I'll have to explain to him after 12 years of marriage, I'm not shouting. This is my normal tone. This is the volume at which I speak. Yeah, so maybe I need to work on that a little bit. But I'm loud. I'm excitable. And I think I am an encourager. I love to encourage people. I want to see people succeed in whatever endeavor they're going after. If somebody is down, I like to come alongside them and remind them of positive things that they have going on, or remind them that they're not just their sin or whatnot. So, yeah, these are just a few of the characteristics that I think make up, you know, who I am. And then I made a list of who God says I am, which I'm not done with that list. I'm still looking into that. But I know He calls me child. I know He calls me brother. I know He calls me friend. And I know I am a sheep of His pasture. This list is obviously greater than any other list that I could compile. There's more truth in it than any other list I could make. So I'm not done there with that list. But I also made a list of things and activities that I can do that can occupy some of my time. So when I want to go and get in my office back there and drive down the street, there are things I can do instead, things that would be time out for me. So I wrote a few of those down. Knitting, hand sewing, cross stitching, picking up the guitar, or sitting down at the piano. Those are a few of the things that I thought of that don't include the children, because a lot of the time I just need, you know, they're part of the reason why I need the break, the little timeout or whatnot. For some of you who don't know, I homeschool, so the kids are here all day long with me, which is great, which I wouldn't want any other way. It's just I've gotten into habits that are not beneficial and are not God honoring. So yeah, so it's been a really hard time, and as I learn how to cope and put into practice what I know I need to put into practice, such as praying. Praying's huge. Praying is huge because at any moment I'm feeling worthless, or I'm struggling with something, or I feel like I'm being overcome by temptation. I don't need fancy words or anything. I can just talk to God, and I know He's listening. I know He hears me. And more times than not, He meets me exactly where I'm at. He's done it many times for me when I've cried out to Him. So really, I know that I need to put that into practice, but sometimes I'm hardened, and I know I don't want to talk to Him because I want to just do what I want to do. So that's the other thing that makes this more difficult. I don't need Satan or any of his minions to tempt me into eating something. I can do this all on my own. This is a battle that is definitely within me, not outside of me. So that in some ways it makes it a little bit harder. And, I think it's those sins that easily beset that Paul was talking about, laying aside those sins that easily beset to run the race that is put forth in front of you. I think those are the sins he was talking about. He's not talking about the fiery arrows that are being shot from the evil one, but the flesh that lives inside of us, right? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do what I had set out to do, but I also am encouraged that, okay, I didn't do it. That's all right. Tomorrow I can wake up. It's a fresh day, and I can do what I'm supposed to do, and pray and ask for help and exert some will here. We all know that we have some will here, right? And just like any other muscle in the body, whether it's your bicep or your calf muscle, I don't know, or your finger muscle, you have to flex it for it to get stronger. And I think the same thing goes when we make decisions. When we make decisions, we have to exert some amount of will. I will do this. I said I'm going to do it, and now I will do it. And it's really hard at first, but then it becomes easier because you're working that muscle. You know what I mean? So yeah, so here's to tomorrow. Here's to tomorrow. And I guess to close it out, I would say singing really helps me when I'm feeling sad or lonely or whatnot. And you know, the song popped into my head last night, turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, his glorious face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. And isn't it true? Isn't it true when we cast our eyes on Jesus that things do grow dim? They lose their power when compared to him. So I will be talking to you, Lord willing, I'll be talking to you on Friday and then again on Monday with a weigh-in. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.